Dear students, today we are going to discuss about simulation. Coming to introduction first, simulation is a basis of sensitive training, social drama, role play and psychodrama. It is not actual training. It helps the student to practice and gain experience in real life situation. So simulation, it is a method of teaching which is not actual training, but it can help the student to gain a real life experience. Next, meaning. So reproduction of real life. You can see in this picture, simulation is the reproduction of the essential features of the real life situation. So in the reality, how we are going to treat the patient, same way we are going to practice it, but instead of real human body there will be a dummy, but procedures, other things, everything we are going to do as we are going to do in a real human body. So this is the meaning of simulation. Next we are going to see the definition of simulation. So according to Burton in 1970, simulation has been defined as an attempt to give appearance and or to give the effects of something else. And according to B.T. Basavantappa, he has given on 2003, simulation has been defined as a operating representation of central features of reality. So here are two definitions according to two different authors. Next we are going to see the purpose of simulation. So first one, it helps the student to practice decision making and problem solving skill. Second one is to develop human interaction abilities in a controlled and safe setting. Third one, it has an active involvement of participants. Fourth one, we can apply the theories and the principles whatever we have studied and see how and when the principle works. So these are the principles of purpose of simulation. In this picture we can see how we have to give the CPR to the patient, that is cardiac pulmonary resuscitation. See, in that you can see all the instruments are real, only in that patient is dummy. So what will happen, we will get a real life experience in front of us. If you have to give to CPR to one patient, how we have to manage the situation and how we are going to use all the theories and principles in that situation. Next is type of simulation. There are three types. One is written simulation, one is audio visual simulation, one is live simulated situation. Now we are going to see one by one. The first one is written simulation. Individual uses either paper or pencil talent image format. So what we will do, students they can use either paper or pencil latent image format for the practicing. Second one is audio visual simulation. So the entire simulation can be placed on video tape management. Vignette can be dramatized and filmed. Last one is live simulated simulation. So Lincoln, Layton and Holman in 1978 described their experience with simulated patient. The patients were healthy people, usually students who were trained in the role play. So even we can do the stimulation with the other student also. This is the last one, live simulated simulation. Next we are going to see the procedure of simulation. So in that first step is a small group of 4 or 5 student teachers is selected. The role is assigned to and rotated with the group to give chance to everyone, and every member of the group get an opportunity to be the actor and the observer. So we need 4 to 5 students and everyone will give certain responsibility and everyone will get equal chance to participate in the process. Next we are going to see the activities. So in simulation it has three activities: role playing, sociodrama and gaming. So first one is role playing. In that he will gain some perception of the action, attitude and the person of simulation. Second one is sociodrama. The problem may be false or based on the real life situation and the actor is required to find out an acceptable solution of the situation. The next one is gaming. It is designed in a manner which enables chance to affect the outcome. Next we are going to see the role of teacher for simulation. So it includes three steps: planning, facilitating and debriefing. So first one is planning. Planning begins with choosing or developing an appropriate simulation that will meet course objectives. For example, teacher is responsible for preparing environment. It includes arrangement of chair, tables, ventilation and lighting. So the first steps is planning, to plan the whole situation, whole setting and timings. Second one is facilitating. Teacher should function as a facilitator during the actual process of simulation. The third one is debriefing. It is your role is the final discussion, means what is your role in that they have to decide it. Okay, this is your roles. Next we are going to see the advantages of simulation, or what are the benefits is there with the simulation. The first one, it is useful for promoting transfer of learning from classroom to the clinical setting. Second one, it is interesting and fun. Next, it appeals to both slow and fast learner and it is effective for all types of student. Next one, student also learn from the faculty member who is guiding the simulation and leading the discussion. So it is very important and very beneficial, so because it is a fun and interesting, so all the type of student, it may be like high or slow, both the type of student can participate and they can understand the actual meaning. Next we are going to see the disadvantage of simulation. So first point, it is costly in terms of both time and money, and techniques also consume a lot of classroom time. These techniques can be overused and it is possible that emotion may be aroused to an undesirable degree, especially with the role playing. The process and the outcome of simulation methods are not always predictable. So there are some disadvantages of simulation method. Thank you everyone.